Athletes. They show incredible poise, work ethic, and passion for the sport they play. Conversely, unhealthy eating and drinking derails lives and leads to health problems like obesity. What could these two polar opposites possibly have in common? Unhealthy habits negatively impact athletes' performance and lead to career-ending injuries. There's hope, though, because athletes can avoid these consequences by cutting fast food and hydrating to meet their goals.
Coach Shagness is the head cross-country coach at Greenbrier High School and a former cross-country runner for Greenbrier. He is passionate about making sure his runners stay healthy and perform to the best of their abilities. So let's see what he thinks about his team's hydration.
I feel like I've seen a lot of improvement in the last couple of years. Most of the boys I see them in the hallway, they have their water bottle. If not, I always have extra in my room. Sometimes you just got to learn your hard lessons. We'll have a couple of workouts in August, and it's just so clear that people are dehydrated, and they don't like that feeling. They don't like their times. And again, whether it's me telling them or they realize, wow, I actually do need to hydrate, it gets better throughout the course of the season, but even year to year, it's gotten better. But part of that is just we have more experienced runners on the team. Sometimes when boys hear it from other boys on the team instead of me, they're like, okay, maybe there is something to this hydration thing.
How are you aware when you drink enough water?
Well, mostly I kind of just can tell if I finish my water bottle twice, then I know I've probably drank enough that day. But also I can usually tell when I'm running if I feel good or not.
As a runner, do you notice differences when you drink more or less water?
Definitely, I would say more water. It really makes a difference, especially on really hot days, especially in cross country season. I'd say it really definitely helps. If you don't drink that much water, it'll hurt. You'll feel more tired out, and it makes it harder to run. So I definitely recommend drinking more water.
Do you think your teammates drink the right amount of water?
Probably most of them. I do feel I hear some people saying we haven't drank enough water today, but I feel in general we tend to drink enough water. It's just sometimes some days are not as good as others, I guess.
Without a consistent supply of water, people may experience headaches, cramps, or even heat stroke in extreme cases. A good rule of thumb is to divide your body weight in half and then drink at least that many ounces of water. Everybody thinks sports drinks like Prime, Body Armors, and Gatorade are good sources of hydration, so they must work wonders for performance. Let's see what Greenbrier's own Sophia Salinas has to say.
Do you recommend items like Gatorade or liquid IVs?
I don't really drink Gatorade too much, but liquid IV, personally, I'm a big fan. Most of the time before meets, I just kind of put a little bit of that in there. It mostly has a lot of sugar, and it really gives me a boost. I don't know, it just gives me a lot more energy. I wouldn't say drink it all the time, but just when you need a little bit of oomph before a workout, I think it definitely does help.
Nothing replaces water. Nothing is as good as water. All these companies can claim to be better, and maybe they are in certain situations. If you want to fuel your body, I could go into science and chemistry and all that, but if you want to fuel your body, the biology of it, water is your best friend.
Sports drinks do tend to be loaded with sugar and salt, but athletes need both of these things, so they would be best consumed in moderation.
Is healthy eating actually important for success? One of the keys to success for athletes is their nutrition. An athlete's meal should contain a rainbow of produce, carbohydrates like whole wheat breads, proteins like meats, and fats like dairy. Their diet should include 45 to 60% simple and complex carbs, 15 to 20% lean protein, and 20 to 35% fats. Since carbs serve as a good quick energy source, they are great before workouts when athletes need fuel. But protein is necessary for long-term strength because muscles need amino acids to replenish and grow. Plus, everyone needs to get enough vitamins and minerals, so this is where fruits and vegetables come in. Just eating a fruit like an apple, which includes minerals such as potassium and copper and vitamin C and K, can help an athlete. What inspired you to change your diet for the better?
It just makes you feel better. I used to not feel as good when I was running, but then I decided I'd switch it up and make it a little bit more healthy.
What are some specific changes you made in your day-to-day life?
I cut out all carbonation, all caffeine. I made sure it was just, good liquids going in. I made sure to increase my fruits and vegetables as well.
Do you think it has a significant effect on your performance and others?
I believe so. Yeah, what goes in really affects what comes out in terms of race performance.
If someone were to disregard nutrition, they would become less athletically inclined. Then they will quit and spend their time doing other things like drugs and become an addict. Then they'll either overdose and die or get arrested and go to jail. So this is why nutrition is important.
NBA star Zion Williamson has unfortunately spent the last season sidelined with injuries that were sadly avoidable. His unhealthy eating caused him to be obese and not be able to play as athletically. The consistent jumping tragically put a lot of strain on his knees and ankles, leaving his season in shambles and even causing irreversible damage. How does Coach Chack think diets affect injury? Let's see.
I mean, the diet is paramount. We work really hard. We run 40 to 50 miles a week. We are pushing our bodies to the limit. And, you know, when you put not the best nutrients in your body, you feel it.
Athletes reaching the recommended nutrition intake reduces their risk of injury by 64% compared to those who did not meet the recommended nutrition intake.
How do you help your teammates understand the values of healthy eating?
Well, first and foremost, I make sure that nobody's drinking soda on the buses to meets. I just let them know, hey, make sure that you're eating well before a race in order for us to perform the best that we can.
While athletes are young, they can get away with bad eating habits because they're active and consistently burning calories. They actually need to eat a lot to maintain their physique. But when they get older and stop being active, but keep these habits, it can lead to things like obesity. At this point, their poor eating habits may have already caused great destruction to their organs and bones due to having excessive fat. This irreversible damage can limit mobility and even ruin people's lives. The obesity crisis is definitely a huge public health concern, and athletes are not exempt. Changing gears to the topic of healthy eating across different sports, Sam Lilly is a former college and professional football player, playing 4 years at Georgia Tech and 4 years in the NFL. He also has experience coaching basketball. Did you have a healthy eating plan at Georgia Tech?
So you're always eating your meats, your vegetables, your carbs, your proteins, you name it, it's all going to be there. So you're going to eat healthy all the time.
Once you're in the NFL, did you keep good diet and eating habits?
You know, you still got knuckleheads out there that don't eat right, but those guys don't play long. So you have to continue to eat. You have to get more rest, but you have to really watch what you eat even more when you get to the pros, because the pros is in any level, baseball, track and field, basketball, or football, the game is probably 10 times faster.
If you didn't keep these habits, did you see a slip or a worse performance in your play?
Yes. So if you didn't eat right, then you don't perform right. So same thing in playing football, baseball, or basketball. If you have a bad diet, eat the wrong foods, drink the wrong drinks before game time, your stomach's gonna let you know. It's gonna hold you back. It's gonna cause you to feel sick, nauseous, and you won't perform well.
Do you think healthy eating is equally important in all sports?
In every sport. Again, you know, I was blessed to play professional football. I was blessed to play collegiate baseball, high school basketball. I ran track. I ran a little track in college, but now I'm riding bikes. So I ride bikes on the street, and it's extremely important for you to eat healthy, because the most important thing is putting the right ingredients in your body, because that stomach is the key. You know, if you got strong abs, you got strong lower back, you're putting the right foods in there, you're going to be good.
Athletes must be able to perform at their highest level. They need to feed their bodies the right foods, drink the right things, and always hydrate. This is how they can be faster, better, stronger, and change the world.
We're stressed AP Lang students, and we approve this message.